Almighty Yah, merciful Father, the great Elohim of our forefathers, Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yitzchak, and Elohim of Yaakov. Almighty Yah, we thank and we praise you, Almighty Yah, for this beautiful and holy Shabbat day, Almighty Yah. We thank and we praise you, Almighty Yah, for bringing us throughout this week, Almighty Yah, allowing us to see another holy Shabbat, Almighty Yah. And we ask you to have mercy upon us, Almighty Yah, that you may bless this day, Almighty Yah, that your word may reign forth, Almighty Yah, that it may be magnified and made honorable, Almighty Yah. Bless us, Almighty Yah, that we may speak your words and not our own on this day, Almighty Yah, that we may put all our thoughts aside, Almighty Yah, and praise your name and your name only, Almighty Yah. Have mercy upon this congregation, Almighty Yah, that you may bless it, Almighty Yah, that you may bless us, Almighty Yah, to seek your face, Almighty Yah, that we may do all things that's righteous in your sight, Almighty Yah. Bless us, Almighty Yah, that you may forgive us of all our sins, iniquities, and transgressions towards you, Almighty Yah. Bless us, Almighty Yah, to turn away from all our abominable ways, Almighty Yah, and to seek your ways, Almighty Yah, to turn back into you, Almighty Yah, that you may deliver us of this captivity, Almighty Yah. Almighty Yah, now we ask that you bless us in this while we're in this land of captivity, Almighty Yah, that you may watch over and that you may protect us, Almighty Yah, that you may be a hedge about us. Protect us from all the evils of this world, Almighty Yah. Bless us to eschew the evils of this world, Almighty Yah, to seek your face, Almighty Yah, and your face only, Almighty Yah. We ask you to just bless all the sick and shut in, Almighty Yah, that you may bless them in a mighty way, Almighty Yah, that you may have mercy upon them, that you may have mercy upon all the bereaved, Almighty Yah, that you may touch them in during that time of mourning, Almighty Yah, and comfort them. Bless us all, Almighty Yah, that are on our way. Bless all of us that have made it here, Almighty Yah. We thank and we praise you for just watching over us and to blessing us to make it here safely. And we ask you to bless all those that are on their way here, Almighty Yah, that they may make it here safely. And bless us all to return home safely. Almighty Yah, we just thank and we praise you for all things, Almighty Yah. We ask you that they may be filled with your spirit, Almighty Yah, and with your word, Almighty Yah. Have mercy. Bless us, Almighty Yah, in all things that we do. Keep us in the hollow of your hands and protect us, Almighty Yah. We thank and we praise you for all things. We lift up our voice by shouting, hallelujah,
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 hallelujah.
Praise the Almighty Yah.
Praise the Almighty Yah.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is holy.
Yah is holy.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
First and foremost, giving all honor and praise to the Most High Yah by shouting, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
For truly Yah is good to the children of Israel, even such as are the clean heart. It's a great blessing to be here again in the house of Yah. And on this holy Shabbat, we give him all honor, all praise, and all glory that he's due. But not only on this day. And I ask that we all turn our books to the book of Psalms 121 and Psalm 122, and we continue to give praise to our great and mighty Elohim. And I ask that we all read together in unison. I will lift up my eyes unto the hill, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yah, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yah is thy keeper. Yah is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yah shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yah shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of Yah. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is good to the city that is compact together. Whether the tribes go up, the tribes of Yah, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of Yah. For they are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Peace be within thy walls, and prosperity within thy palaces. For my brother and companion's sake, I will not say, peace be within thee. Because of the house of Yah, I will seek thy good. Let us all say hallelujah.
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 Praise the Almighty Yah.
Praise the Almighty Yah.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is holy. As we now turn to the book of Psalms 148, and we read Psalm 148, Psalm 149, and Psalm 150. For all things that have breath must praise Yah. Praise ye Yah. Praise Yah from the heavens. Praise him on the heights. Praise him all his angels. Praise him all his hosts. Praise ye him, the sun and the moon. Praise ye him, all ye stars of light. Praise ye him in the heaven, and ye waters that be above the heaven. Let them praise the name of Yah. For he commanded they were great. He hath also established them forever and ever. He hath made a decree which shall not pass. Praise Yah from the earth. Ye dragon and all things. Fire and hail, snow and vapor, stormy winds fulfilling his word. Mountains and all hills, fruit trees and all cedars, beasts and all cattle, creeping things and flying fowl, kings of the earth and all people, princes and all judges of the earth, both young men and maidens, old men and children. Let them praise the name of Yah. For his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. He also exalted among his people the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yah. Praise ye Yah. Sing unto Yah a new song. Praise and congregation of the saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion rejoice in their king. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praise to him with timbre and harp. Yah taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in the Lord. Let them sing aloud on their bed. Let the high praises of Elohim be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment unto the people. To bind their king with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute the judgment on them all his saints. Praise ye Yah. Praise ye Yah. Praise Yah in his sanctuary. Praise him from his power. Praise him for his mighty acts. Praise him according to his excellent grace. Praise him the sound of the trumpet. Praise him the psalter and harp. Praise him the timbrel and dance. Praise him the string instruments and organs. Praise him on the loud cymbals. Praise him on the high sounding cymbals. Let everything that hath breath praise Yah. Praise ye Yah. Let's all say hallelujah.
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 Praise the Almighty Yah.
Praise the Almighty Yah.
Yah is righteous.
God is righteous.
Yah is holy. I'm just trying to turn to the book of Deuteronomy, the 10th chapter. I'm going to read verses 12 through 22 and Yemison. And now, Yisrael, what does Yah Elohim require of thee? But to fear Yah Elohim, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve Yah Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of Yah and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. Behold, the heaven and heaven of heaven of Yah Elohim, earth also, and all that therein is. Only Yah hath delighted thy fathers to love him, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked. For Yah Elohim is and masters of masters, a great Elohim, a mighty and a terrible, who swallowed not person, nor taketh reward. He does execute the judgment of the fatherless and widow, and loveth the stranger, give him food for him. Love ye therefore the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Thou shalt fear Yah Elohim, him shalt thou serve, and to him shalt thou cleave, and swear by his name. He is thy praise, he is thy Elohim, that hath done for thee great and terrible things which thine eyes have seen. Thy fathers went down to Egypt with 70 persons, and now Yah Elohim has made thee the stars of heaven for a multitude. Let's all say hallelujah.
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 Praise the Almighty Yah.
Praise the Almighty Yah.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is holy.
Yah is holy.
And we'll turn our book to Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter. We'll read verses 1 through 9. Now therefore, hearken, O Yisrael, unto the judgments which I teach you, what to do then, that ye may live, and go in and possess the land which Yah Elohim of your fathers giveth you. You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish out from it, that you may keep the commandments of Yah Elohim, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what Yah did because of the pagan deity. For all the men that followed the pagan deity, Yah Elohim had destroyed them from among you. But ye that did cleave unto Yah Elohim, are alive, every one of you, this day. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh Elohim commanded me, that you should do so in the land where you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who has Yah so nigh to them, as Yah Elohim is in all things we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great, that has statutes and judgment, so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself, and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them to thy sons and thy sons' sons. That's awesome. Hallelujah.
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 Praise the Almighty Yah.
Praise the Almighty Yah.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is holy.
Yah is holy.
Hallelujah. Any questions or comments before we begin? All right. Where did we leave off?
And Job.
Chapter 26.
What is it?
I think it's
Top 9, 26.
Some might have had got past, but we may not have.
I think we started it in
It's been about, what, 2 weeks since we've been in here.
right.
We'll start at 26 and go from there.
Job 26 and 1.
I know we did read 25. I think we read 26 too, but we don't hurt to read it.
Job answered and said, how hast thou helped him that is without power? How savest thou the arm that hath no strength? How hast thou counseled him that hath no wisdom? And how hast thou plentifully declared the thing as it is? To whom hast thou uttered words, and whose spirit came from thee? Dead things are formed from under the water, and the inhabitants thereof. Hell is naked before him, and destruction has no covering. He stretcheth out the north over the empty place, and hangeth the earth upon nothing. He bindeth up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is no rent under them. He holdeth back the face of his throne, and spread his cloud upon it. He hath compassed the waters with bounds until the day and night come to an end. The pillars of heaven tremble and are astonished at his reproof. He divided the sea with his power, and by his understanding he smited through the proud.
And just hold your finger there and just backing up. And just some of the things that we're reading here, what some of the things that, like I said, they kind of remind you of, just through history or through just reading the scripture, some of the things he's saying, what kind of sticks out to you. As for example, we'll go back to 5. It said, dead things are formed from under the waters, and the inhabitants thereof. So hell is naked before him, and destruction hath no covering. He stretches out the north over the empty place, and hangeth the earth upon nothing. He bindeth up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not rent under them. He holdeth back the face of his throne, and spreadeth his cloud upon it. He hath compassed the waters with bounds until the day and the night comes to an end. And 2 right here, verse 10 kind of lets you know that the day and night are separated. Because they say, till the day and to the night, or until the day comes to an end, until the night comes to an end. And just letting you know that, Job through his wisdom understood that that it was a difference between day and night, and that the Creator did separate day and night. Which we understand that, but some people or some Israelites that believe that there's no difference between day and night, or that they are one and the same, basically. That a day begins a night, or a night begins another day. When the Creator said a day begins another day. It's a difference between a day and a night. The pillars of heaven trembled and are astonished at his reproof, and so he divided the sea with his power, and by his understanding he smited through the proud. And we know the Creator, and he divided the sea, at least 2 times for us. And it says, and he smited through the proud. And we know Pharaoh got proud. Pharaoh had got proud and thinking that he had all power, and that the Creator, wasn't more powerful than he was. And the Creator, made an example out of him and destroyed him in the sea. But he did, by his power, divided the sea. And we walked across on dry land.
Ain't humble. Pharaoh humbled himself and let us win. Then he got pride again, and he started chasing us.
So, but it was the Creator who did these things. And we see here that Job was actually, and we go through that Job is he's giving the Creator praise by the things that he's saying. Because the Creator is the one that does all these things. There's no other being or no other Creator or Elohim that can do all these things but Yah. Go ahead.
Verse 13. By his spirit he had garnished the heavens, and his hand has formed the crooked serpent. Lo, these are parts of his ways, but how little a portion is heard of him. But the thunder of his power, who can understand?
And it's just saying, it's just some of the things that the Creator has done. Parting the sea, and creating the earth and things like that. Because he did, when he created the earth, and like I said, he hung it on nothing. When we picture the earth, it's like it's just there. Everybody had their, I guess, opinions about, the earth and, whether it's flat or, whether it's a circle or, whatever the case may be. But the things that we see or the pictures that we have or that we have in our mind, it's just there. It's hanging on nothing. But the Creator, like I said, it's just something. Go ahead.
I said, hang on them, but you still can't fall out, walk off with it.
But you can't walk out of it. No matter how far you walk or how far you go, you still can't walk out of it.
Like these Gentiles thought one time.
Not gonna fall off the face of it.
Thought they just sail on off there.
So, but like I said, like it says in verse 14, lo, these parts of his ways, but how little a portion is heard of him. Or just a little bit. It's just some of the things that the Creator, had done, can do, etc. So, just showing you that how powerful and how mighty that, the Elohim that we serve is. Any questions or comments about 26? Yeah. If not, chapter 27, verse 1.
All right. Moreover, Job continued his prayer and said, as Yah liveth, who has taken away my judgment, and the Almighty who has vexed my soul. While
he let it be known here that there's nobody, vexing me but the Creator. Because all the things that has happened to Job and all the things that Job has went through, he know that there's nobody but the Creator. It ain't the devil. It ain't some just evil being. It's the Creator, because the Creator does all things. He creates good and he creates evil.
And he give people power to do evil to you.
Is it something?
They can't do it to you unless he give you power.
Unless he give permission to do so. And we know that's the case in Job. Job, Satan couldn't do anything without getting the Creator's permission to Job, without getting Creator's permission. And sometimes that's the way the Creator, he tests you to see, if you're gonna be for him, or when adversity hit, are you gonna turn your back on the Creator? But the true saints gonna stand fast. Go ahead.
Verse 3, all while my breath is in me, and the spirit of Elohim in my nostrils, my lips shall not speak wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceit. Y'all forbid that I should justify you till I die. I will not remove my integrity from me.
So, you know, some might say, well, Job had every right to say, to curse the creator, or to feel a certain way about the creator, because, well, he lost everything. I mean, you know, sometimes, you know, we go through stuff and we can't handle a little bit, but Job done lost everything. I mean, he lost his family, he lost his riches he done had, everything that we think is important, Job has lost.
And his flesh eating him up.
And his flesh eating him up. Not only did he lose everything, but now, what, Satan is attacking him.
Even when the Most High allowed certain things to happen to you, he still blessed you. He took all those things from him, but he still allowed him to live.
And that's and see, that's the thing that we don't look at. You know, he may have lost all that. He may have went through all kind of, had to endure all kind of pain. But see, it was a blessing in itself to be still alive.
Right.
Because the Creator tell you to prolong your days upon this earth. And that's the blessing in itself. You know, we don't have to look for trying to die and go to heaven. Which, you know, everybody want to go to heaven, but like they said, don't nobody want to die to go. You know, they do everything to try to live, to keep themselves alive. But, you know, heaven's so great and such, you know, place to be. Well, why try to prolong your days upon this earth? Why try to continue to live? Why you think the Creator, every time that you see another year, seems like, you know, you should be probably, if you want to get to this heaven now, because if it's something good, you know, you want to get to it, right? You want to be there.
Yeah.
But the Creator told us what the earth is good. Prolong our days upon this earth.
He created for man.
And he actually created earth for man. See if I can find that song. Psalms,
The only place man can walk around without a breathing apparatus.
I have to come back to but all that Job went through, you know, like I said, just for him to even still be alive, you know, was a blessing in itself.
Psalms 115, 16.
Yeah. Turn to Psalm 115 and verse 15 and 16. And it said, "You are blessed of Yah, which made heaven and earth." Even the heavens are Yah's. But it said, you know, the heaven belongs to the Creator, and we know also the fowls too. He shared that with the fowls. But the earth had He given to the children of men. He gave us the earth to dwell on. So He didn't tell us. He didn't give us heaven. He didn't give us. He didn't tell us to seek to go to heaven or to seek to dwell in heaven. He told us to what?
To dwell on earth.
To dwell on earth. And not only that, He said what the meek shall inherit the earth. And that letting you know that's a blessing to be on earth. So Job is blessed, you know, because of what? He's still alive. Now, yeah, he may have lost everything, and we may look at it, you know, as you know, well, what else do you have to live for? But the Creator, like, through all that, we know that he was blessed even more, just because he held his integrity. You know, he stayed fast with the Creator. Shabbat Shalom. In Job, the 27th chapter, and
Verse 6. Continue.
mhm.
My righteousness I hold fast, I will not let it go. My heart shall not reproach me also as long as I live. Let my enemies be as the wicked, and he that rise up against me as the unrighteous. But what is the hope of a hypocrite, though he gain when Yah taketh his soul? Will Yah hear his cry when trouble comes upon him?
So he's saying here that, you know, it said, what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he had gained when Yah taketh away his soul? You know, it's just saying, you know, a lot of times, just because we see the evildoer, or say the hypocrite here, or as we say, we think that he's prospering, you know, we kind of want to be like, we want to say, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, but the evildoer over there is the one that's prospering, and he's the one that's doing wicked. But what you gonna say when the Creator takes his soul away, then it don't mean nothing to you. For what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he had gained when Yah taketh away his soul? Because he hadn't prolonged his days upon this earth. So that don't mean anything. Yeah, he might have gained for a little while. But if he ain't, you know, if it's just for a little while, what's the point of it? Go ahead.
You know what? I think this is the chapter we left off.
Oh, well, I wonder why y'all went there.
Cause think about it.
Yeah,
But anyway, I go ahead and on. I believe this is the chapter. Since I think we were speaking on it. But anyway, verse 9. Will Yah hear his cry when trouble comes upon him? Will Yah delight himself in the Almighty? Will he delight himself in the Almighty? Will he always call upon Elohim?
And pray to tell you to call upon him while he is near, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't wait till he's to move far away from you to want to call upon you. And for what makes the Creator move far away from you? Your actions, your wickedness, and makes the Creator what depart from you.
Yeah.
You know, example of that is who? Saul. Saul was a perfect example. The Creator had gave him, you know, what more can a man ask for? The Creator had gave him the kingship. He was ruler over the greatest nation, of the greatest people on earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Israel.
Mm-hmm.
But when he began to disobey the Creator's commandment and do opposite of what the Creator told him to do, not follow his commandment, not follow the word that he gave him, then the Creator would depart from him.
Left off.
You know, and then when he cried to the Creator, when he asked the Creator, what the Creator didn't respond to. The Creator didn't hear him no more. When it was before time, when he asked the Creator something, the Creator would responded to him. And what a blessing is that to have the Creator when you ask the Creator a question that he responds back to you. But the Creator said, you know, when you turn away from him, then he gonna turn away from you. But the good thing though, but when you turn to the Creator, you might be evil, no matter how long you evil, or how long you've been doing wickedly. And if you turn to him, well, he'll turn to you. And that's all he's working on us to do now, to deliver us of this captivity that we in now, is to what? Turn to him. That's all he asks us to do, is to turn unto him. But said, will he delight himself in the Almighty then? Will he always call upon Yah?
I will teach you by the hand of Elohim that which is with the Almighty. I will not conceal. Behold, all you yourselves have seen it. Why then are you thus altogether vain? This is the portion of the wicked man with Yah, and the heritage of the oppressor, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and the offspring shall not be steadfast with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widow shall not weep. Though he heap up silver as the dust, and prepare a remnant as clay, he may not he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. He builds his house as a moth and as a booth that the keeper makes. The rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He opened his eyes, and he is not. Terror take hold upon him as water, and tempest steals away the night. The east wind carry him away and departeth, as the storm hurls him out of his place. But Yah shall cast upon him and not spare. He would fan flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him and shall hiss him out of his place.
Any questions or comments? All right, let's continue.
Surely there is a vain.
Hey, what y'all do? Come back to me now, you guys.
I think we probably started at 29.
We should have began at 29. But let's continue.
Yeah, we should. Well, ain't nothing gonna do but move on to it, then.
Yeah, we'll read on to
Huh?
28 again. 28 was good.
Job 28:1. Surely there is a vein for the silver and a place for the gold. Where they find it. Iron is taken out of the earth, and brass is loaded out of the stone. He set an end to darkness and searcheth out all perfection. The stones of darkness in the shadow of death. The flood breaketh out from the inhabitants, even the waters forgotten of the flood. They are dried up, they are gone away from men. As for the earth, out of it cometh bread, and under it turned up as it were fire. The stones of it are the place of sapphires, and it had dust of gold. There is a path which no fowl knoweth, in which the vulture's eye hath not seen. The lion's whelp have not trodden it, nor the fierce lion passed by it. He putteth forth his hand upon the rock, he overturneth the mountains by the roots. He cutteth out rivers among the rocks, and his eyes, and in his eyes see every precious thing. He bounded the floods from overflowing, and the thing that is hid bringeth he forth to light. But where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding?
And said, but where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding? Like I said, and it's asking a question. I'm asking a question here. Go ahead.
Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. The depths say, it is not with me, and the sea said, it is not with me. It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof.
Because the price of it, it's far beyond rubies. Wisdom, just to have wisdom is priceless. You can't put a price on wisdom, can you?
It cannot be valued with the gold of Ophir, and the precious onyx or the sapphire.
It can't be valued with the most precious gold that there is, the rarest gold that there is, the gold of Ophir.
The gold and the crystals cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels or fine gold. No mention shall be made of coral or of pearls, for the price of wisdom is above rubies. The topaz of Ethiopia shall not equal it, neither shall it be valued with pure gold. Whence then cometh wisdom, and where is the place of understanding? Seeing it is hid from the eyes of all living, and kept close from the fowls of the air. Destruction and death say, we have heard the fame thereof with our ears. Elohim understandeth the way thereof, and knoweth the place thereof. For he looketh to the ends of the earth, and seeth under the whole heaven.
And it's saying here that, if you go back, it's saying some places that the birds hadn't been, and some animals hadn't even tried. But see, the Creator, he's been there. Nobody else may not have been there. no other thing may not have been there, but the Creator has been there because he created it. And it said, y'all understand the way thereof, so he understand all the way of wisdom. No, he understand the way of all things, doesn't he? And he knoweth the place thereof, for he looketh to the ends of the earth and seeth under the whole heaven. Which means he see everything, nothing hid from the Creator. Go ahead.
To make the way for the winds, and he weighted the waters by measure. When he made a decree for the rain and a way for the lightning of the thunder. Then did he see it, and declared it. He prepared it, yea, and searched it out. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of Yah, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding.
So it said the fear of Yah is what? That is wisdom. So you want to know what wisdom is, or you want to know how to get wisdom, you got to what? How to have the fear of Yah. And it says to depart from evil is understanding, because when you depart from evil, what? You prolong your days, don't you? And that's just to stray from evil and to not do evil. It just shows the good understanding that you have, because the Creator told you not to do evil, right? All right, anybody have
Keep
any?
his commandments, that's the fear of the Most High.
Keep His commandments. Does anybody else have any comments, questions? All right, 29 and 1.
Moreover, Job continued his parable and said, Oh that I were as months past, as in the day when Yah preserved me, when his countenance shine upon my head, and when by his light I walked through darkness, as I was in the days of my youth, when the secrets of Yah was upon my tabernacle, when the Almighty yet was with me, when my children were about me. Then I washed my step with butter, and the rock poured out me rivers of oil. When I went to the gate through the city, and when I prepared my seat in the streets, the young men saw me and hid themselves, and the age rose up. The age arose and stood up.
So what Job talking about here? You know, this is past his estate that he used to have, Shabbat Shalom. In Job 29 and verse 8. It said, the young men saw me and hid themselves, and the aged men arose and stood up, which means Job had respect when he went throughout when he went to the community, throughout the city and things like that. He had respect. Go ahead.
The princes refrained talking, and laid their hands on their mouth, and the nobles held their peace, and their tongues cleaved to the roof of their mouth. When their ears heard me, when their ears heard me, then it blessed me. And when the eyes saw me, it gave witness to me.
Which means that when Job talked this, he could be trusted. They knew that when Job said something, it wasn't gonna be no lie. It wasn't gonna be dishonest. He wasn't trying to fool anybody and things like that. He was an honest man. Go ahead.
Because I delivered the poor that cried, and the fatherless, and him that had none to help him.
And he did what the prayer commanded us to do is what? To feed the poor, to help out the fatherless, to take care of what? His people. Go ahead.
The blessing of him that was ready to perish came upon me, and I caused the widow heart to sing for joy.
And we're supposed to take care of what?
The widow,
The widow, the fatherless, the Levite, and the stranger. And it's saying Job here is saying what? That he did with all these things. He took care of it. And then not only that he caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. Because also, we know when they cry out, what happened when they cry out?
Against you, Most High gonna hear.
When they cry out against you, Creator gonna hear that. So you don't want these people, you don't want them to what? Cry out against you. When they cry out against you, so the Creator hears.
can a stranger be a white person?
Yeah, stranger could, yeah.
But we the strangers today though. We the strangers in their land.
Okay.
verse 14, I put on righteousness and it clothed me. My judgment was,
Well, I'm gonna say that, one thing that we kind of get, that we don't really think about, the Creator said, it's always gonna be poor amongst us. And he said, take care of the stranger, because what?
We was
We were strangers in Egypt
Okay.
when we came out of Egypt. A lot of us think, well, yeah, and yeah, they have done us wrong and, treated us bad in our past and still treating us bad and things like that. But the Creator said, when somebody in need, we're supposed to help them. He didn't really give a stipulation on who they were. Well, he did, but, he didn't give a color or anything like that.
he said, go to help your enemy when you see him going through things. Because
Hungry and wild.
So when you see them, a lot of times we turn our head, turn our face to them. But if they're hungry, we should feed.
The reason I said what I said, the two white girls went to Hines Community College with. They had Tougaloo now. All right. We came them out to eat. On Mother's Day, they came to my house and ate. And it's a long story short. They see in the black neighborhood with Tougaloo College, you're making them apartments over there. They won't stay no. I don't want to talk to the white apartments, the black people don't like y'all. They've been here 5 years from Texas. They will not go in a white neighborhood. They go to black churches, and they beg. When the people can't help them, they go to another black church. And I got hip on to them. I don't fool them no more because they 58 years old and 47. They get a job to work on the summer month for school. So I just let them alone. Because all the time, I just say I have no feeling for them. Or ask me, could I sell a lease for them, but they ain't got to pay no rent once a year? I told them, no, ma'am, I'm on Social Security. They ain't gonna lose no money for y'all. By that, I know they ain't fit for, nothing.
Well, you got to, some people, you got to kind of know who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with. A lot of times, a lot of cases, people, they out for their well-being, and like I said, they ain't looking out for you. They out, for their gain.
Yeah, that's it.
That's not the way to be. If I'm gonna help you, you're not gonna ask me to do anything that's gonna, hurt me.
That's right.
Anything like that. That's not loving. Like I said, we're supposed to love our neighbor, and we know that's not our neighbor, but and we love ourselves. I mean, you treat somebody else like you want to be treated,
That's
basically.
right.
And you won't want nobody to do something for you and then you lose everything. That's just not righteous. That's not a just balance. And then like I said, you got some people because they know how we are. We love them more than we love our own.
yeah.
We'll help them out before we'll help our own out.
Sure.
We'll tell them to go. We'll tell them. Like I said, we invite them in, but we'll tell our own to go on somewhere else. Don't you got family?
Yeah.
Things like that or whatever, and they know that. A lot of times, when you see these white folks, the lower class or the poor white folks, when you see them, where they always at, holding the sign up, and our community.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why don't they go to their community?
That's right.
Because their community ain't gonna have no pit on.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna give them like we gonna give them, but we gonna go our way to get them.
That's right.
But we have to turn our neck on our own brother, or sister that's in need, the same need that they have. We'll turn our neck or face to them. But that's not being a good neighbor.
No.
That's not loving our neighbor. We love ourselves.
Just like you said, when one church get hip to them, they move on to the next one. They just find out that.
Kenny cut on them real good. Kenny did.
And like I said, you probably wasn't not the only, not the first and not the last. But like I said, they going. They know what they're doing. They going there. They're not going in their own.
No,
Because their own ain't gonna help. They all gonna tell them, like you said.
They just making you all.
And they own will tell them where to go get a job.
They asked me about that one if I don't work out there or Lay High Code because they was hiring somebody. They wouldn't get the job.
They don't want that.
Anytime you see white folks in your neighborhood, they trying to sell you something or get something from you.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Spine, the
See
church
what y'all
got.
got going on, like the organization.
They're saying you don't see no white folks in your neighborhood. That they trying to sell you something or you got some crack or something.
And they from Texas.
But I was just saying, until this crack handle, you see a white person in your neighborhood, they trying to sell you something. The rest of them ain't coming in your neighborhood.
And they show though in these churches inspire it out. There'll be a faithful member there for a few months.
For a few months, that's right.
Let's continue.
Verse 13. No, verse 14. I put on righteousness and clothed myself and clothed me, and my judgment was as a robe and a nine. I was eyes to the blind and feet to the lame. I was a father to the poor, and the cause which I knew not, I searched it out. I broke the jaw of the wicked and plucked out spoils out of his teeth. Then I said, I shall die in my nest, and I shall multiply my days as the sands.
What's man Job, you know that he didn't allow the wicked to be among him. You know, he didn't allow wickedness to be around him. And when he did say it, he got rid of it. Go ahead.
And then I just want to say in verse 16, you know, this is, you know, what the Most High tell us to do, you know, when a matter comes up, you know, you search it out. You just don't take one person's word for it, or you just don't go by what you think or what you thought you might have heard or what you might have saw. You know, you search out diligently, you know, in certain situations. You know, to me, you know, like the judges and the Levites, you know, are kind of like how, you know, detectives and investigators here, you know, when something happens, you know, they go to your home, they call people, you know, and stuff like that. They search out, you know, out a matter. And it's like this is what Job doing for righteousness and true judgment, you know. He go, you know, and search out a thing, you know, whatever it is.
Well, because he had respect, you know, they probably came to him to you know, he was probably seen as a judge. But, you know, when somebody came to him with an issue, you know, he looked for the facts. You know, he didn't just accept what John told him, and then whatever John told him, that's what he went with. He went and searched out the matter diligently. So he went to see what, you know, if Susan was there, he went to see, you know, ask Susan about it. You know, just like she said, the technical, they ask everybody that may have some kind of knowledge about what went on. You know,
Just didn't take the word of one person.
and run with it and make a judgment.
Yeah.
Just like the people didn't search the New Testament out. If you can't search it out through the word of the Most High, then it's not credible.
And so if it's not backed up or validated by the words of the Creator, then you know it's what? It's not true. It's false. Because if you want to know what truth is, how do you know what truth is? How do you find out what truth is?
You have to search it out by two or more witnesses to let a matter be established.
And it has to be established out of the mouth of Yah. Because see, the Creator is truth. And if it's the truth, the Creator don't say it. It's gonna be, you're gonna find it in the book. And in most cases, when the Creator speaks, you know, he establishes at least with two witnesses. At least.
Then all these Christians come out these Baptist and Pentecost church all black. They come out of the churches now. And I know I told them already, they put another down by the house on Altier Road. They are big old sign they building on it. They say Yahweh minister. And I find they got God of God if it doesn't matter who Yahweh name is. So that's the word, and they come on out all over everywhere, I believe.
The preachers do anything they can to draw you. They have to use the Most High name. They're trying to draw you.
But again, like, you know, we're saying, if they're not speaking the words of the Most High, then it don't mean anything. You know, you can use the name to draw somebody in or draw somebody out, but if they're not speaking according to Yahweh, then it don't mean anything.
Because it looks like we should have seen somewhere that a man gonna come and die for our sin before we got to the New Testament.
Nowhere.
And the Creator said, well, he would do nothing.
And then if he died for our sin, why we gotta be judged again? That's what I tell all the Christians. If JC done died for your sin, why you gotta stand before Yah and be judged? Moses, God, Yah told Moses he went let a righteous man die for a sinner's sin. We all gotta be encountered our own sin. Nobody get them right there. They don't tell.
And that's true.
They can't come
Hallelujah.
back from that.
Hallelujah.
Not only that, before Moses came, Abraham knew that.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Verse 19. My root was spread out by the water, and dew lay all night upon my branches. My glory was fresh in me, and my boast was renewed in my hand. Unto me men gave ear and waited, and kept silent at my counsel.
So they said, you know, they looked to Job for counsel.
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, you know, because he judged righteously.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
After my words, they spoke not again, and my speech dropped upon them. And they waited for me as the rain, and they opened their mouth wide as the latter rain.
Whenever they sought counsel of Job, whatever answer that they gave him, they ain't questioning.
That was it.
That was it. That was the rest. I mean, that's all they need to know.
They saw for it and waited just like we do the rain. Cause it's like the rain, nourishes and grows, you know. Job's words did too, in a way, nourish the people, said, righteousness and just cause.
And good. That's what good counsel does. You know.
I'm gonna back up a little bit. Did Job's children sin of what? Oh, they perfect.
Well, it didn't say they were perfect. It said Job was perfect.
Okay.
Now,
Job didn't even think they were perfect, because he sacrificed them all.
Okay.
that's true, but no, it didn't say they were.
Doing that in case.
It didn't say they were perfect.
Or it wasn't.
But it did say Job was.
Because you're perfect, that don't mean that you don't sin and that you don't do wrong. You're perfect because you keeping the Most High law, statute, judgment, and commandments, and walking upright before Him. And then when you find out you sin and do wrong, you ask for forgiveness and you change and do better.
Okay.
You acknowledge your sin, acknowledge it, and then you turn from it. And don't return to it. Go ahead.
Verse 24.
That's one of the things that we can say that made David great, or the man that he was. Why Creator thought so highly of him, because we know that when David committed a sin, he didn't commit that same sin again. He turned away from that sin.
Did it say that?
What?
That he never committed the same sin twice.
Well, you don't read where he did. The sin that he committed, you don't see when he committed adultery, he didn't commit adultery again. So the Creator said that that's the only thing that he held David to, was that sin. So, but he didn't say that he went back and, yeah, in the matter of Uriah, and that was when he committed adultery and had him killed. But you don't read what the Creator, because when the Creator speak of David, he look at David as what being perfect. He talked about David as being perfect. Tell you that you should follow out.
Keep all my commandments wherever I send him.
And when he even when he to his children and to us, he told us to what? Follow out the way of David your father. You know.
Yeah. And that's why he told it won't fail a man to sit on the throne of David it was a condition if they walked up in the law, but his son didn't.
And one thing we can note David didn't do, he never called on another deity. You don't see that. He hold Jeroboam, when he chastised Jeroboam, he tells him, when Jeroboam built all them deities, he said, David didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first commandment. David only called on the Most High and praise him.
Yeah.
And like the Spirit said, just and being perfect don't mean you won't sin.
Because the book said there's no
man that sinneth not.
But that cause you sin, that don't saying you ain't perfect.
You don't just have to keep doing.
That's right. born a man, you gonna do some kind of singing.
Yeah, some people like to use that as an excuse. I'm only man or I'm only human, that's why I do this. Y'all ever heard that?
When it comes to your attention, you doing wrong, you stop doing it, cause that whip was singing.
So, now the creator, like I said, and just hold your finger here, go to Ezekiel. The 20th chapter, 18th chapter. Let me just read a little bit of it.
Go ahead. I got just two more verses in this chapter, and we're gonna finish that. I'm just saying that.
If you want to, go ahead.
Okay. If I laughed on them, Job, 29 and 24. If I laughed on them, they believe me not, and the light of my countenance they cast not down. If I chose out their ways and set chief, I chose out their ways and set chief and dwell as a king in the army, as one that comforted mourners.
All right, any question or comment?
Yeah, I want to know the significance of a laugh. That he's speaking of. The significance of a laugh. Remember he said
He laughed.
Yeah.
He said, if I made fun, he just said, if I made fun of them, then if he just made a joke, on them, well, I'm understanding.
He did not.
If I laughed on them, they didn't even believe he was laughing at them.
It's key.
Hmm.
It's key, right?
No, people he was counseling, the people he was sitting in the gate with.
Okay, but I got to know what he was talking about. He's from the key thing. Okay, go ahead. All right, that's all.
Yeah, I think it's kind of just saying that they respected him so much that they wouldn't even really allow themselves to, I guess, have a really, close friendship with him like that, because they had so much respect for him.
Even if he was laughing at, they didn't believe he was laughing at them. They had so much respect.
Yeah, because sometimes you talk to people, then they laugh at it, make that cancer laugh at you. They ain't believing what you say, either they don't want to do it, and then they just, that mean they ain't gonna do it.
Now, he said, if I laugh at you. He
Yeah,
didn't say
they'll believe me not.
if I laughed at them, they didn't believe he was laughing at them.
Yeah.
Look at Ezekiel, the 18th chapter, and just kind of, I guess, back up about David. And this is what the creator says about the righteous and the wicked and things like that. Look at 21. Start at 21.
Ezekiel 18,
You go on.
Ezekiel 18 and 21. But if the wicked will return, the wicked will turn from all his sins that he had committed, and keep all my statutes and do that which is lawful and right, he shall surely live, he shall not die. All his strength.
But anyway, it just said the wicked turn from all his sins. So the creator letting you know that he's letting you know that no matter how wicked you are, or if you're wicked, there's a chance for you to turn. It's a chance for you to be forgiven. It said, but the wicked will turn from all his sins that he had committed, and keep all my statutes and do that which is lawful and right. He shall surely live; he shall not die. Go ahead.
All his transgressions that he had committed, they shall not be mentioned unto him. And his righteousness that he had done, he shall live.
So all the things that he's done in the past, You know, if he turn away from that, they ain't gonna be mentioned no more. They're not gonna be mentioning to him no more. They shouldn't be mentioned anymore because he turned away from them. All those things he's done in the past, he turned away from it, and he turned away from it. We shouldn't be still bringing up the past, what he used to do, how he used to be, how she used to be, because she done what? Turned away from her.
Like we do David. We always go back and say what he did.
And
I forgave him.
Prayer forgave him, and you know we shouldn't be mentioning what he did or what he, you know, things like that.
And the only time we should mention it is when we reading about it, and after then, we shouldn't think of he committed adultery, he had Uriah killed. We shouldn't be thinking about all that, because that will forgive him.
The very day he sent the prophet to him.
That's right. And the Most High, the Most High ain't brought it up no more, so why should we?
Except that one time when
You brought it back up, didn't
in King 15, where he, you know, when he said David did everything but that.
Yeah,
You know.
and that's for reading's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, comment.
Oh, no, I was just saying, you know, like he was saying, you know, anytime, you know, a person, change from their ways, you know, another person, you know, I always wanna, you know, bring up what they done, you know, or may have done in the past, you know, but, if I don't want you bringing up what I did that I done changed for, you know, then why am I bringing up it on you, you know? And a lot of times we don't think about that, you know, or try to be just a righteous toward people, you know. We rather try to tear them down and stuff like that instead of trying to build them up, you know, or say this person had changed.
Go ahead.
I would say, just tag on to that statement. The Most High made us in His image, and He don't do it. Why should we do it?
Exactly. And but first thing, what we do, you know, when somebody look at her, she holding it down now. No, but I remember when she used to be this. I remember when she used to be that. Oh, look at him. He used to be a dog. Now he think he holy. You know, we want to go back to the past. You know, but we ain't supposed to be mentioning the past. If that person is turning away from whatever sin they might have done, if they didn't turn away from it, we should not be mentioning that stuff, bringing that stuff back up.
That's right.
You know.
We should see the righteous and then down and go with that.
Because like he said, if the Creator won't do it, why are we gonna do it?
Would you like to bring it up for like testimony or bring it up for good?
Well, if you bring it up as a testimony to say, well, this person was like this,
Yeah.
and like this, you know, and to kind of prove that you know you can turn and thing like that. But see, well, in this case, it means we trying to do it to bring a person down,
Yeah.
you know, to down the person.
Like he said, y'all said make a man in his image. That kind of, when he said make man in our image, y'all was formed like head and stuff like hand like we got or what?
He said, and we were formed in his image. And when you look in the mirror, what you see?
I see me.
You see him.
What I'm saying is, he was in a cloud, but he came down a cloud. Y'all was in the cloud when he spoke.
Well, yeah, I came and did a lot of forms. He was in the bush when he spoke to Moses. You know, so Creator, you know, he's everything.
Down in New Down, where he came in.
Yes, sir.
Water.
But Danny say seen it with Lemuel, what that y'all was talking about?
It was a vision.
Yeah.
He seen him in a vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And look at Proverbs 17:9. It's Proverbs 17:9 reads.
He that covers a transgression seeketh. He that covers a transgression seeketh love.
And that he that covers transgression seek love. He who seek love, you know, they look over your faults. They're not gonna hold, you know, they're not gonna hold what you done did in the past, you know, till you keep bringing it up. You know, every time they see, oh, you remember you used to do this? You know, remember you was like that? They ain't gonna do that, you know. But what? He that what?
But he that repeats a matter separates very friends.
And you know, you alienate them. You ain't gonna have no friends, are they really not your friends? They keep bringing up old stuff.
So what if it's vice versa? Like someone righteous fell short of righteousness and now they wicked. Wouldn't it be right for you to bring it up and be like, I remember when you used to be righteous.
Well, look at what the Creator say about when you righteous and you turn wicked.
Like, you need to be more righteous like you used to be.
See, the Creator, he got a little shorter stick when it comes to when you was righteous. Or when you was righteous and you turn wicked.
All right, you're gonna die in either way you turn.
He had the winner.
Like if you're righteous and you turn wicked, or if you're wicked and you turn righteous, whichever way you die in, like that's what you're getting caught up in. So I mean, I kind of feel like when people bring up some past, it could be to hurt and harm in some situations. It just depends on how they bring it.
But if you did something wrong, you don't want nobody.
Yeah, nobody never want that. But like if you were righteous and you're not no more, you would want somebody to remind you of that.
Yeah.
That's how we bring your neighbor.
It's the same situation though.
Set me back.
It might wake you up a
Turn
little
me
bit.
back.
Cause something could have happened to you to make you fall.
I got another one in Proverbs, 10 and 12.
Okay.
Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all sin.
See, and a lot of times, when we bring it up old stuff, and people that try to put that stuff in the past, because we don't have no love for them. We hate them though. And we don't want them to do good. We don't want to see them do good. We want to bring them down. And that's not what loving your neighbor.
Yeah, my sister used to always say, don't bring my sin back to me.
They would say, so-and-so was bad, but if so-and-so didn't change, I would have the Baptist church. If so-and-so didn't change and got Jesus, and he ain't nothing like he used to be, I get like that too.
Well, in that case, with the exception of the Jesus part, that is true. Because anybody can change, and it's better for you to change from evil or from wickedness.
And we need to stop calling that name because the Most High told us don't even let that come out of our mouth. Don't even mention no other deity. He said don't even let it come out of our mouth. That's why we said JC.
And that's
Or stuff like that.
and that being said, that's true. Because we should only be serving one, because there's only one Elohim.
JC said to serve the Father, him only. He said he told people not to serve him. They still do it. He told Satan it is written to serve the Lord Yah and him only.
Man, he said a lot of things, but one thing, in one case he'll say, don't serve him, but then he'll say, we are the same.
I am.
So,
That dude's
That book of confusion.
there's a book of confusion, like I say, there's no consistency to the New Testament. And like I say, you can find line upon line in the so-called Old Testament. If you read it here, you can see where it's backed up there, or in another place. But you might read something in Luke, and in John, it might tell you something totally different. But you won't find that in Genesis through Malachi. We don't know how the resurrection happened. There's about three or four different stories of the way it happened.
I think it's actually 4.
About four different ways that the resurrection happened. But we see here, if something happened in Ezekiel, we can go look in Jeremiah, and it's gonna say the same exact thing. It ain't gonna be no different.
How can now if one person recognizes an earthquake, then the other people should know that that happened or something.
That's another question. It bothers me too. Why some Israelites go to the New Testament too? I watch the internet a lot of times.
They don't have them.
Are they two book or something?
They don't want to turn them to the other book.
Okay.
Most of them probably
They still believe in it.
And most when you look at most Israelites that do two books, that if you look at it, The only difference is they know they Israel. You know, they still, and they, the only thing they doing is they changing, it from a Greek name into a Hebrew name. You know, that's the only difference. But they still serving the same deity.
Okay.
And not doing the law.
And they not, you know, and they can't be doing the law because what? Christ, they don't have no other God before him, right? No other deity before him. So, but they have, they put the son, as they say, or Yahshua on the same pedestal as the Christ.
You gotta put him before the creed, because you gotta ask him something to get something from the creed.
When they pray, they say, you know, and how they ended,
Not in the creator's name.
hey, then I forgot how exactly how
They call him Yahweh Shai, they call him.
But they,
don't know
They would tell you, you going straight to hell if you don't.
I can't think of how they.
God with one.
But anyway, the way they pray is not giving honor or praise, all honor and praise to the Creator. You making the Creator equal to a man. The Creator's not equal to a man. Because Christ said, who can you liken unto him?
That's right.
Can't liken nobody to the Creator.
In Ezekiel, can we read 24?
Well, we're gonna continue reading, we want to do, yeah.
Oh, okay. I know time was short.
But I was gonna say, you know, whichever way it goes, if a person is, righteous and they might turn wicked, or a person wicked and, they might have turned righteous or whatever. If you say anything, it's, you know, it's your intent, you know, are you mentioning it, you know, because you're trying to help that person, or you're trying to help someone else, or you're trying to harm them and bring them down. Because just like, Camilla mentioned, you know, if you were righteous and you turn wicked and you bring it, and you bring it to my attention, are you doing it to help me so I can change and do better? Or are you just mentioning it to belittle me? Just like in the situation, we was talking about earlier about David. If you're mentioning about what he did wrong, are you, you know, mentioning, you know, to see how a person, you know, that have done wrong, you know, turn from their sin and didn't do it anymore? Or are you like some people, you know, trying to belittle him, or saying that, you know, how can the Most High bring such a person back as him, you know, that did these things, you know, why he couldn't do this person, or why he couldn't bring this person back? They didn't commit that, you know, it's all with your intent. That's just like if somebody did something to you and you want counseling, or you going around maybe mentioning to, you know, a person or two to get counseling, or you just bring it to make a person look bad, you know, or whatever. Like a lot of times, you know, what a person do, you know, we think that's how the person did us wrong, that gives us a right, you know, to go and tell everybody, you know, to try to make them look bad and stuff like that. When you just as wrong as they are, you know, you go and you do it in righteousness, or you go to seek counseling to get a, you know, to get them out of settle if you can't get it settled with that person. You don't go with evil in, you know, with evil intent. Cause, you know, like they're saying, two wrongs don't make a right, you know. So it's, you know, it's all about your heart and your intent.
I agree. Also, too, how you take it, because that person probably was on some wicked intentions, but you don't have to take it that way. You could take it like, oh, regardless of how I got the message, I am probably falling short or something, and I could just change.
You know, that's why the Most High tells us to consider our ways. And if he love you enough to let a person come to you and tell you your fault, you know, or whatever, you're gonna consider, you know, cause everybody hadn't told me everything that I liked, you know, or I might not accept it at that time. But then I found, I said, well, maybe I did do this and that. I was wrong, you know, I don't need to do that anymore, you know, or whatever. It's just, you know, cause the Most High said, you know, if you go to a righteous person, you know, or whatever, he's gonna love you. But you know, if you go to a fool, he's gonna hate you, you know, so it just depends on you, you know, if you wanna change.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Yeah, you text it.
when Ezekiel, going back to Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Okay, chapter 18, verse 23. Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die, said Yah Elohim, and not that he should return from his ways and live?
And see, credit saying, he don't want you to die. He don't get no pleasure out of the wicked dying. He wants you to what? Turn from your wickedness so you can live. It don't please the creator, oh, this wicked man, let me kill him because he's wicked. That don't please the creator. He'd rather you turn from your wickedness and be righteous and live. Because that was our intent, that was his intent from the beginning. For us to what? Live. So why would he want us to, he don't want us to die. But if you wicked, you're gonna die. You're gonna die in your wickedness.
When I was in Baptist church, they used to say, some people put destined to actually go to hell, that's what they put, bound to go to hell.
But, well, and they can, again, that ain't what the creator wants. He gives you opportunity to turn. You have opportunity in your life to turn, every day. And if you're wicked, that's why it's an avenue for you to turn.
Yeah.
And if you do turn, then what? You can leave it from your wickedness.
And the Most High, you ain't bound to go no hell. He ain't told you you going no hell.
And like I say, the creator always, he told us to what? If he was born to die or born to go to hell, he wouldn't tell you what? Choose life.
Choose life.
He told us what? Choose life, didn't he?
That's right.
Creator said choose life. And you choose, and to choose life, you got to do what?
Do righteous.
Keep his
Keep
commandments.
his commandments. That's how you prolong your days, is what? Keeping Yah's commandments. Go ahead.
But when the righteous turn away from his righteousness and committed iniquity, and doeth according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live?
And credit saying here, if you're righteous and you turn away from your righteousness and you start doing all the abominations, all the things the creator hate, credit saying, shall you live?
All his righteousness that he had done shall not be mentioned.
You ain't gonna be mentioning the righteousness that you did. How you might have fed the poor, how you might have what? Helped the hungry, clothed the naked. We ain't gonna be mentioning the righteousness you did because what? You done turned from your righteousness. What sense does it make? Well, what good does that do you to be righteous and then turn wicked? It's just like you did this for nothing basically. Go ahead.
In his trespass that he had trespassed, and in his sin that he had sinned, in them shall he die.
And you're gonna what? When you turn from your righteousness into your wickedness, you're gonna die in your sin because when you sin, what happens when you sin? What does sin equal?
Yeah.
In most cases, it's what equal death. Go ahead.
Yeah, you say the way of Yah is not equal.
And look at what we thinking now. Well, that just don't seem right. That just ain't right. That's what some of us thinking now. Well, it said, yet you say the way of Yah is not equal. Go ahead.
Hear now, O house of Israel, is not my way equal? Are not your ways unequal?
Brother saying my ways are equal. I'm the one, I'm righteous.
Exactly.
You not. So are my ways equal? Go ahead.
It's not my,
And not your ways are equal. The thing that you think is right is not right. See, Creator would always have the what just balance. We're the one that what has the unjust balance though. We're the one that what unequally yoked, right? Go ahead.
when the righteous man turneth away from his righteousness and committed iniquity, and died in them, for his iniquity that he hath done shall he die.
When a righteous man turns away from his righteousness and commits iniquity and dies in them, for his iniquity that he hath done shall he die. And I said, when he committed that iniquity, what? When he committed a sin, he died. Not nobody else. But he died for committing that sin. But don't nobody die for your sin. Don't nobody come to the world, is brought to the world to die for all the sins of the world. Creator said the man that commit that sin, what? Dies.
Yes, we be trying to put it that this happened to this person. The pain, cause like I say, if you have a child and the child dies, then you call you wicked. That child ain't dying because you wicked.
So, Your children don't die for your sins. You don't die for the sins of your children. You die for what? Your own sins. And with David, you know, the Creator, what David did, what he didn't what? Creator didn't mention those sins again. And if David would have committed that sin again, then what? He would have what? Died in his wickedness.
And Solomon is an example of verse 24 of a righteous person turning.
Because the only thing Solomon had to do and to continue to live is what?
Turn back.
Is to turn back and to live what? Righteously. And the Creator told him, as long as you do right, you're going to live. Prolong your days. But when you what? Turn, you're going to die. And that's what happened.
So why didn't he turn back?
Good question there. You know, all the wisdom that he had. You would think that, yeah, you know, with all the wisdom that he had, you would think he would have did what he did, but
That little light
You know.
got shining.
But I thought that she just got the finger took from him. He still lived on there.
well, he lived on, but he could have lived even longer if he would have kept doing walking in the ways of David, his father.
But he did
That's the
die
only
in
thing. That's actually, we're gonna have to close too. That's actually the only thing that the Creator put a stipulation on.
He took the king away from him, but he said, "You gonna be a prince."
Yeah.
He made him
He
a
was
prince.
on
Gave him one tribe.
because of David, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For the Most High to have a lot, you know, whatever. A lot of those things or whatever was spared because of David.
Yeah. And when I said he didn't die because he did that. I mean, my.
Not that very day.
Not right away.
I mean, that the Most High didn't put no stimulation on that he was gonna die because he did that. Because he-
And let's look
You
at
know,
this.
even Adam didn't die the same day now.
Let's look at this, and then we'll. My point was, look at 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter, and we'll read. We'll start at 13, just for time, because we're out of time. We'll have to close. Start at 13 and read to 14.
1 Kings 3 and 13. And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days.
So, and Solomon, the Creator asked Solomon a question. You know, he said, ask what I, you know, tell me what I should give you. You know, he asked Solomon. You know, he gave, and what a blessing that is for the Creator to ask you what you want, and the Creator said, whatever you ask for, I'm gonna give you. And we know that Solomon didn't ask for riches. He didn't ask for long life and anything like that. So the Creator blessed him with riches and all these things like that. But go ahead. But we look at what the Creator put a stipulation on. The Creator gave him, he blessed him with riches, and he gave him also the understanding that he asked for. But the only thing the Creator put a stipulation on was on what, verse 14.
And if thou wilt walk in my ways, to keep my statutes and my commandments, as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen thy days.
So as long as you will keep my commandments, as long as you keep my statutes and my judgments and things like that, then Christ said, what? I'm gonna lengthen your day. I'm gonna prolong your day as long as you do this. But when you stop doing it, when you stop keeping my commandments, when you stop keeping my statutes, then what? You're gonna show. You're gonna die. And that's just my point was that, you know, if Solomon wouldn't have done what he did, then he, tell him how long he might would live.
Probably been ruling the day.
Maybe. I won't say it. I ain't gonna say it.
And we'd be in our own land.
I ain't gonna say that, but he would have lived probably longer than he did.
A long life.
Yeah, he lived long life, so he probably would live longer than what he did,
Yeah.
longer than he did live.
I was just saying.
Now, that sure enough would have been long life, definitely.
That's kind of like we look
He would
like.
have figured out a way to do it.
Well, let us all say hallelujah.
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 Praise the Almighty Yah.
Praise the Almighty Yah.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is holy.
Yah is holy.
Next week, we're gonna let the humble stay in your job.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Pray us out.
Oh, merciful Father, we come before thee, thanking you, Yah, for another day.
Thank you.
Thank you for covering this day with us.
Yes.
For truly, it is a blessing that you gave unto us that you didn't have to.
Yes.
But first and foremost, Most High, we humble ourselves before thee and ask for forgiveness of our transgression,
Yes, Lord.
our sins, and our wickedness that we have done before thee,
Yes.
even our wicked thoughts, Most High, for they are desperate and they are wicked. Forgive us as well as our forefathers.
Yes.
Teach us thy way and help us to walk therein. Teach us thy fear. Teach us how to humble ourselves and to love thee and to do all of what thou require of us, Most High. For it is our salvation. You are our life and our length of days. You are our fountain of living waters.
Thank you.
Help us to always thirst and pant for you, Most High, and not our own ways, not our own thoughts, nor the heathens. Please have mercy upon us. Bless us, King, and help us to rejoice in this day and all thy days that thou give us, and to always seek thee and thy face and thy righteousness. These and our blessings we pray in thy holy, high, and exalted name. Hallelujah.
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 Praise the Almighty Yah.
Praise the Almighty Yah.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is righteous.
Yah is holy.
Yah is holy.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.